Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV. Well, just talking about a couple of great success stories. Of course, you know, the Rotary Club, the Ottawa School of Art as well down there on the Byward Market, and of course their location at the Shenkman Arts Centre, and Stray Dog. And our next guest has a great success story as well. I'll let her tell you about the beginnings. I'm talking about the Navan Original Market, and I am joined by Amanda Watson. She's the owner of the Original Navan Market. Welcome. Great to see you, Amanda.
Hi, Derek. Thank you for having me on. Always nice to see you.
This is a great story. I want you to take us back to, you know, the first market that you had. And first of all, you know, the inspiration behind it, Amanda.
Sure. Community involvement is something that's super important to me, supporting local. Years ago, back in 2016, I knew I wanted to start a farmer's market and eventually make it on a grand scale. So I started it in the parking lot of my spa right on the corner in Navan. Our first market, we had 7 vendors, and then, you know, kind of grew over the years, ended up renting the hall across the street, maybe had 40 vendors as our highest count. And then the dream and the goal was always to move it over to the Navan Fairgrounds. So we accomplished that in 2020, and now we're the biggest market in Ottawa and surrounding area.
Just amazed. So how many vendors sort of at your peak? Because you've got your last of the season coming up, but how many do throughout the year?
Yeah, so we hit kind of like anywhere between 200 and 210 vendors per market. All local, handmade, homegrown, small business vendors. So you're really, truly supporting local when you come out to our market. It's just a fantastic experience.
So you go from 7 to about 210, am I right? In a very short period of time.
Yeah. Yeah, it started in 2016, and then 2020, when we moved it over to the fairgrounds, we were able to really expand, and we just keep expanding bigger and bigger. So I want to be the biggest in Eastern Ontario eventually. That's the goal.
I know you're a very ambitious person. You and I have talked about that. You've always been incredibly ambitious. Tell me about Navan. It really is one of my favorite areas just outside of the Ottawa region. I love going. I mean, the Navan Fair, it's, you know, just an all-time favorite for everybody around. But tell me about Navan community in general. How would you describe it, Amanda?
I really, truly feel like the Navan community is like no other. Obviously, the storm this year was a huge testament to all of that. We all came together and supported and helped each other. Everyone's just so loving and caring and friendly and happy, and I couldn't think of a better place to have my market be housed. We're just so eternally grateful for the entire Navan and even Ottawa community.
With this being the last of the season and sort of moving into the, you know, people are starting to think about the holidays now that, you know, Remembrance Day has passed. Is there a bit of a holiday feel to this final one?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So we usually only run one market in November as our holiday market, but last year the November market was so successful we were asked to run 2. So this is the first year we've run them back to back. So we had one last Sunday, and then the last one is this coming Sunday. So both of those markets are very holiday feel. So all of the Christmas goodness in every aspect that you could possibly imagine.
You want to highlight a couple of the vendors for us here, Amanda?
Yeah, I'll kind of run through just a little bit of what you'll find at this market and all of our markets. It was super great to see Mark on the show. So Stray Dog is a regular vendor of ours, along with tons of local breweries, local wineries, local distilleries, tons and tons of food, you know, lots of bakers with pies and cookies and breads, you know, homemade breads and cheeses and sausages. And then we'll have all the, you know, the Christmas planters and the Christmas decor, both inside and outside decor. And then, of course, all the warm, cozy things, the crochets and the knits and, you know, all the things that keep you nice and bundled up in the winter season. And then, of course, our youth entrepreneur section, which I started and others have followed since. So, you know, we always are well packed in our youth entrepreneur section as well. So lots and lots to come and see and buy. You can basically get all your holiday shopping done this coming Sunday.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about the idea behind the youth entrepreneurs section, Amanda.
Yeah, for sure. So like you said, I'm kind of an innovator. I like being different and doing things kind of outside of the box. And the youth entrepreneurs were something when we moved over to the fairgrounds in 2020. I know a lot of, young kids that are ambitious like me and, want to get out there and build their own stuff. And I thought, like, what better way to have that than to have a section dedicated solely to the youth entrepreneurs at the market, and being on the scale that we're on, for them to have the exposure that they would have, even though it's only once a month, can make them grow and grow, and it teaches them to work for themselves, and the value of hard work. And, they put in weeks and weeks of work to come to the market and sell their stuff, and at the end they get a reward and they feel really great about it. So I'm all about just supporting others and making other people as happy as possible, and I think the youths are a great way to do that.
Well, what kind of criteria do you have in place for a vendor to be part of that market?
So we closed vendor applications at the beginning of the year. We kept them open for 24 hours. We got 100 applications in 24 hours. So we can't accept everybody, of course.
Right.
We do accept food vendors year round. Artisan vendors, we only accept a select amount per year. But basically, you have to be handmade, homegrown. It has to be something that you physically did. So, you grew it or you built it. We don't have anything that's like commercialized or anything that's brought in from the outside. So true, really local, handmade businesses.
Very quickly before I run out of time, how are things going at the Country Moment Spa for you?
Things are going great at the spa. We're into our 8th year of being here in Navan. And anybody who wants to come by, feel free to come by for a tour. We also have a full service cafe inside the spa now that you can come and enjoy some lattes. So always ready and willing to see everybody.
Well, interesting because, coming up, we're going to be talking about, mental health care and getting some of that self-care and that me time, and what a great gift idea as well, or a gift to yourself, right? To spend the day at the spa with yourself and your team. Amanda, really appreciate the time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Derek.
All right, take care. Again, that is happening on November 20th, 10 a.m., 3 p.m.